Yo, just wanted to come in here really quick. Editor's note. Um, Before the video really starts, I originally meant to like put all my homies in the beginning of the video because, I want to show love like in the best way to like the people that I work with at school or, just the homies that I've made there. And yeah. Instagram wasn't working or something was happening. I was trying to pull up everyone's thing like how I usually do with like, how you're going to see it in the video, but it wasn't working. So it's going to be re-recorded. The order's going to be a little funny, but hopefully you enjoy. Hey everybody. How's it going? I'm fucking hyped. I've been kind of building this big list of people that I want to show love to, and I just feel like I want to give them their flowers and show people what they're doing. Big brands, people sewing at home, people making clothes out of their closet, people working in a studio that have like built up a name for themselves, people that are emerging, going to school right now, learning. Whatever it is, I feel like all of these people are in the conversation, and I'm fucking hyped to show them off to you and just show love and all that. So the first fool we got is Maddox Spencer. This is the homie. I don't know him personally like that, but I just recently did like an interview with him. You could see that here on the arts and crafts first page, first interview. Completely free to just peep and read and look at his garments and read more about his story. Not selling any stuff yet, but right now just working on the craft, making beautiful garments right now. Pants, jackets. I can't wait to see. There's probably going to be a mix of like upcycled and then maybe product in the future, but I don't want to say for certain. They got their own plan set out, and yeah, just some of these garments are especially beautiful. The stitching, the construction, the technique, the thought put into them. It's just really beautiful. People can criticize menswear and say, "Oh, a jean and a jean, and a shirt haven't changed in like, how many years." But I think now what people especially love is like, bringing back these looks, but with like a special attention to detail, either like in fabric or construction, because it seems like we've lost our way in terms of like, making clothes just super fast, like on the dime, and penny pinching, not really putting love and like heart and energy into it. So I want to show love. Afterhood's in a beautiful purple, like so cool. This is an afterhood, right? If not, if I get anything wrong in this video, I mean it in the best way. Maddox Spencer, shout out Maddox Spencer, thank you, from Michigan. Thank you for doing the interview. Please read about it here. The homie Dylan, I'm super proud of all the homies. But Dylan, like, me and him be joking around a lot, and he's such a nice guy, and I'm so proud of him, the way that he's just like evolved and his like pattern knowledge and him like trying stuff. He just finished draping class and almost done with the program. Like it's crazy to see everyone evolve and just build up like a crazy work ethic and a style over time. And with like pattern making, I've heard it expressed through like, that I've heard it expressed that your personality shows like shows through in the shapes that you make, and just kind of like the styles that you make and the decisions that you choose to make, whether with it's with sleeves or paneling or whatever. And so Dylan, I'm excited to see what he comes through with next. The jacket is really fucking sick, and then there's also like this jumpsuit. Oh my god, it's so cool and fucking intricate, and he loves his denim and like the twills and stuff. And so I'm excited. The homie Dylan. Next up, We got Bella. Bella, I'm so proud of fucking Bella so much. I'm so proud of Bella. Aspiring, emerging, like amazing future costume designer. Oh, I'm so proud. Like, look at all these looks. These are so cute. These are all really freaking cute and really fucking cool. I love this jacket in particular. It was like especially difficult for her to make. I remember something about the sleeve and just how thick it was or something. The photos on the dress form. I was helping her make the website, and it's not 1,000% like where it should be, but I'm super proud nonetheless that like we get to see photos of all her works, and I'm so proud. Like, this is so sick. There's footage that I have of her winning an award for Gold Thimble. It's like this it's like the final runway looks. People, I think it's like their class makes like 13 or 14 looks, just like a crazy amount, all in the matter of like 16 weeks. And they won the children's wear category, and it was so amazing to see. It was I think it was, yeah, for this look in particular, the children's wear category. Like, it's so cute, and I feel like there's just so much joy behind it, and intention, and just like fun. Like, it's always something fun, and just like, it's so sweet. I love it. Yeah, Bella. Always a cheerleader for Bella. Always. So next up is Naheem Youssef. Is the homie Naheem. Just graduated recently, or finished like the program, with the whole production runway class, the Gold Thimble thing, the whole show, with Bella, same class, and he's championing the Ya Soul movement. And so that's like that's the brand Ya Soul. They got some atelier pieces with sort of one-of-one denim. I'm super proud. Oh, dude, there was this this photo shoot. I was helping him shoot some photos with his brother, and these pants came out so cool. I love his like brain and the way he wants to kind of introduce like all these different kind of construction details, and it just came out really sick. And I know he's in a place where he just wants to keep going. I think recently he made this like leather cap that was really cool with like the flaps on the ears. It was kind of like a pilot type of vibe, and a lot of earth tones, but also leather and kind of military inspirations and denim inspirations. So just like an all-in-one package. Like, this guy's I mean, everyone I've mentioned so far is just kind of just chugging along, just going for it. Also got a presence on TikTok as well, posting like a lot of content on the process, which is really cool. These are some of the looks that he was doing for the runway show for LA Trade Tech. him getting lit there. I think there will be like a video of the show uploading soon. It'd be cool to do like a review of the runway, like as if it's, I don't know, like New York Fashion Week or something, because I feel like, people like just starting out deserve just as much love. Because fashion, either at this level or at like the highest level, like it's all still a lot of work. Every time I've gone into that class and like, said hi or like bothered them, Dylan would know because he's in there more than I am. Everyone just like is so locked and focused, and just like sometimes it's kind of bleak because everyone's really working really hard. But just the end result, like, you're so proud of everyone, and everyone's just so happy that like, they either got through it, or just happy to see like other people winning and like seeing their ideas come to life. So I'm super proud. We have Will, recent graduate. This guy is making crazy shit. He's probably super busy right now, working with who knows, just like off of what's on his account already, just really clean, amazing photos. A lot of cool details. He's just going hard, making pants, hoodies, dresses, drape stuff, blazers, like the whole 9 yards and more. Stuff that we probably haven't seen. Um, Pattern wizard, future sartorial wizard. Just a lot of love and respect for people that just go all in on the craft. Amazing. I'm so happy. And we got, bro, the homie Jackson. A lot of draping as of recent. He's taking like a couture sewing class, if I'm not mistaken. And so like a lot of cool stuff coming out of it. Gonna see like a lot of, I guess I would assume the future, if I had a crystal ball, a lot of drape stuff that might be like kind of gender neutral, stuff that anybody could wear. I think he really just appreciates like clothes as like as a medium, like in the same way people would like sculpture, just wanting to kind of build something that takes up space, that is just kind of like the beauty of it is revealed in just like, once it's worn and it's moving, and it's really cool. Like these pieces in particular, it's just so sick. I'm like so proud. It's beautiful. It's really sick. But yeah, I'm proud. Proud of all the classmates. Proud of everyone that's like been working so hard. School, either even if it's on or off, just always putting in like so much work. So sick. You got the homie Irium too. I need him to post, bro. Post more stuff. But I know that guy's always making something. But you'll see it come through. Kill, bro, this guy's funny. But he's really serious about the craft. Like he really gives a fuck about the clothes. And he recently modeled one of Naheem's looks. And it's just so sick. Like, this is so sick. Yeah, I always see him just like dialed completely. He's just like very much about the craft. He wants to learn everything. He wants to take all the classes. He's just, I mean, look how clean this work is. He has a love for like the natural fibers, undyed, untouched, unprocessed stuff, which I do too. And I definitely appreciate like the heart behind that and the appreciation and like the need for that, which is, it's always like really nice to see, because you see polyester shit all the time now, and it's just like you think about where it comes from, and it's not what you ought to see more of. It shouldn't be the norm, to say the least. So yeah, really sick. Let's see. But yeah, I can kill. So sick. John recently made this leather piece that is very sick. I'm not even logged into Instagram. This is crazy. I tried to log in earlier, but it wasn't working. Leather pieces as of recent, maybe that's what we're gonna see more of in the future. But I mean, this is another guy who like he just wants to take every class, which is what you should do if you're going to a fashion school, let alone this fashion school. I think Trade Tech is like one of the best in the country. If you're in the West Coast and you can make it down to LA, or if you live in LA and you want to get serious about fashion, like this is the school, like without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Like if you want to learn how to make clothes, like look at this, bro. Look at this. This is so clean. It's got the fit pick too. Like if you want to really learn how to make clothes and like actually sew and do all the work, then this is the school. Because look, I mean, I imagine John's been working on like sewing and all that. I haven't asked him personally about like experience and all that, but I know that once you get to the school and it's like you're really going through all the classes, putting in the work, this guy was not playing. So yeah, it shows. It shows in the work, and everything gets revealed. All right, next one, bro. Capif. This shit. I was like so hyped to see these fur looks. I got put onto the Cat Piff stuff, the swag from Naheem. So he's a friend of friend. But like these sweaters, like oh my god, the content is going off, and these photos are really beautiful. The photos are really nice. Right, I'm watch me get copyright strike. Like this is the photos are crazy. There's like a narrative. The fur hats, and then like this beanie is really cool. I love the camo, and then just kind of like the hand drawn look of like this one, the zip up hoodie, and I love the colors. Like just like I love the pastel. It's really cute. Like it's always really cool. And then to see like this fuzzy love sweater thing, bro. This is I'm hyped because I feel like I see a piece like this that like is a very much like a statement, and you see like the colors, and you see kind of like what future collections and what future looks could be, you know, could be like, because once you start doing stuff in color, you're establishing like, you know, what's really attractive to you and your eye. And so like I think about this, and it's like joy and like brightness, and just like, you know, it like puts a smile on your face. Like these are such nice colors with the red and magenta and like the peach. It's really nice. I'm really proud of all the homies. Next one up, Kentucky boy Tyler. Been making shit for a grand minute, grinding, just working. It's so fucking sick to see. Recent releases have been like these fur lined hoodies that I don't know. I can't help but feel like he was probably the first one doing it, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, that's cool! Like, let's fucking make that too." But very clean, very nice. And also, I feel like in terms of like smaller designers, in the grand scheme of things, he was pushing the meal pocket very early, very confidently, and just like a very sick pant. Tons and tons of stuff like runway looks, just really amazing pieces, pants, all kinds of different fabrics, all kinds of different stuff. These bracelets are like super fucking cool. It's like adding to the pool that is like, you know, a modern day Americana, whether it's like through tribute or just like showing love to like technique, craft, you know, fabric coming from the right places, or being, you know, fabrication being done right. All this stuff, like super fucking sick. Just love, straight up love, all across the board. Dirtbag, Divine Energy. This is Divine Energy right here. This fool is an OG as well. And that's been working for like a grand minute, a long time. This recent whole real paint cotton ripstop is fucking beautiful. It's like extracted from like a painting. I'm assuming they either scanned or they took photos of. Just really fucking sick. Just to see like this cool camo that no one else is doing. At least as cool looking as this, and just so many different variations, and so many tees that are just like super clean. And even recently an archive book of just like memories and kind of process and all these things. Just super sick, like really original stuff. Coming out of where? I forget. It was Bridgeport, Connecticut. Shout out Bridgeport. Philip Post is putting that shit on the map, if it's not already. I don't follow fashion as much as I follow like clothes, and I could recognize like everyone I've mentioned so far, and people that I will continue to mention later on in this video, are people that like really care about clothes and want to make some cool shit. So yeah, shout out Philip. Love. This is so sick. AV Beeman, the Denim Demon, making stuff out of other fabrics too, like embroidery and like menswear looks, and just like attention to detail, and just like really cool silhouettes. Just so beautiful and clean. If you like, like the vintage or the Americana stuff, there's gonna be like plenty of stuff that you're gonna love in this video. Whether you're like a denim head or you like military, that's coming up. More and more and more. As seen on Austin Babbitt. And I think he had, it was like a wide leg selvage jean that just looked really sick. It was like all white. Probably a bespoke pair that I wish I could get my hands on. That shit looked cool. But hopefully we'll see some type of release. But, I'm not trying to push anything. But that'd be fucking sick. That'd be cool. Speaking of Austin, shout out to Austin Ass Pizza. If you know about fashion and you don't know about him for some reason, you've been living under a rock for, let's say, like the past, as long as he's been like a kid, pretty much. I want to pull this up. Okay, my Instagram is actually working. Dude, the stitch print with the stitch print, like, this is fucking sick. This is so sick. Austin's been putting out more YouTube videos recently, just cranking up the content, like he said, just going hard, being himself, not answering to anybody, building up his team from the ground up, and just he's gonna be on that Mount Rushmore of like young people that grew their own thing from the ground up, real grassroots, like just gonna have an epic fucking legendary legacy, and I'm proud of that guy. Very cool. Recently done a thing where he's posted Pokemon with 730 printing and his whole team there. Pokemon for 151 days straight. I mean, I don't want to show too much of the video because it's like a whole treat in and of itself, but like, who is doing this? Nobody is doing this. And I like that he wasn't trying to like prove it to anybody, but he was just trying to prove it to himself that he can do it, and the team as well. Shout out to the 730 team. Those guys probably only work all the time. And who is doing this? Like, every single Pokemon screen printed. If you know anything about screen printing, like, people think that robots just print shirts, or like it just, I don't know. They don't know because maybe because it doesn't get made here. Like, enough things don't get made here to where people have an impression of like, oh, okay, like, I actually know how that is made and like how much work it takes because I could see it. But when you see like all the printing, process and just like the way he's been doing it, doing 151 Pokemon is like fucking crazy ridiculous. So really fucking cool. If you love Pokemon, if you just like people who have just like a concept and they want to just push that out and make some cool shit, like, yeah, definitely tap in with Austin. He's doing some fucking sick stuff right now. Next one up is Bugsex. This is out of New York City. I think graffiti artist started this. Not too sure around the lore of Bugsex, but I've been following them for a minute. I think honestly ever since like these first product releases were coming out, and like the Bug Breaks tape was coming out too. If you're a fan of like the PS1 or like retro graphics or jungle music, this is like right up your alley. If you're like on the East Coast, you probably already know about them. They've recently done like a collaboration with, I think it was Junya Watanabe and Supreme. This was like a couple seasons back. I think might have been like a year or two ago. I'm not sure. But I was following Bugsex, and then I saw that, and then I was just like, because I was copying some of these shirts that could be like its own video of like my little collection, because I've kind of built one up. And I was just like, all these graphics are fucking crazy. Some people, they look at people that make shirts and they think that they fucking push burgers. Like, not that even doing that is a bad thing, because everyone in the workforce deserves respect. But like elite stuffy fashion people think that like making cool t-shirts is like easy. but it's really not, because you can tell when like a t-shirt actually has like some love put into it, or it's just a cool idea, not just like, you know, something that was like mushed together and not really thought out. And so yeah, like this shirt in particular has like a 3M print with white, which is just like really cool. Some of these have like multi prints, and there's like a little bit on the sleeve, and then the tag is really cool, and then they have like a back print, and you just have to you have to invest and show support to like really see it in person, just to see the amount of love that's put into it. I'm such a big Bucksex fan. This is really fucking cool. This shirt especially is insane. This shirt in the center, this one, I have nothing but love for what Bucksex has been doing, and they don't drop all the time. Like when it's going, it goes. I like that, because, you know, wanting to push out a bunch of stuff and make like a whole collection every week or whatever, it can be cool if you have like a lot of ideas and they all feel like strong. But in terms of like the graphic t-shirts, you know, it feels like you either gotta really make something cool and like just, I don't know, it's just not something that people can like hammer out. And I feel like every time they release something, there's always something interesting about it, and something I really love about it. I guess I'm talking about Bucksex like more than the other entries, just because I bought so many of their things, and I'd love to see a hoodie sometime soon, but they're gonna do whatever they want to do. So yeah, I'm gonna support it and show love either way. Next one is It's Nothing New. I think out of the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I think like New York. In particular, their Instagram feed. Sometimes like they'll be trolling or joking on like the stories and stuff, but when they actually do post everything that's not like their product and stuff, sometimes they'll do like deep dives on like military like knowledge, or like old kind of like American garment construction, or just these cool I guess like mini articles. There's probably like another word that can come to mind, but just kind of like profiles on like different topics kind of surrounding probably what they research and the things that they really love. So I think I just have love, even if they didn't make clothes, I have love for people that want to push that stuff out and show people like, hey, this is like the source of like what people are trying to do now. Like you see in this image, you know, like the Yeezy Boo, and then kind of where that stemmed from, showing you like, hey, these ripples in like the big pond, this big ocean, this big body of water that is fashion, like, you know, that started from here, that started there, and we want to show you that. And not only show you that, but also like expand on it and give you like our interpretation of like, you know, like just a crazy garment. This is one that they were doing in collaboration with Ma. I think is Michaela, an independent, just like sewing demon freelancer, I think right now out of New York. I think they probably work together with like the pattern making to develop like just this really crazy fireproof jacket. And I think it was even displayed at like some trade shows that do like I guess they're probably trade shows for people that have like fire protective equipment, stuff like that. So I mean, it's nothing new. I'm gonna pull up the site. I have it right here. Yeah, it was a collab. Just like crazy. This price, people are gonna think, oh, it's prohibitively expensive, it's fucking crazy, right? Of course it's gonna be like a limited edition, but these are all made like in the States, if I'm not mistaken, and they have so much like description and breakdown, and these photos are really beautiful. And just like, if you love I was gonna say tech wear, but just clothing that is just like whole hog in terms of like construction and the pattern making and details, and just like everything's got to be to the letter. and you especially love like the military stuff or military inspired clothing, this has got to be one of your first stops in terms of like wanting to look at what smaller designers or like smaller teams of people are doing. I imagine it's a team because this is a crazy amount of work. Yeah, really fucking sick. And just like these pants are beautiful. So sick. I'm so proud of people that want to just push for like greatness and fucking magus in like their clothing. I would say in terms of like myself, like how I said earlier, like I'm not a huge fashion guy. I'm not like, oh, blah 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 went to this brand and now he's working at this brand. Like I'm not reading Vogue or something every day, but I know like crazy good clothes when I see it, and this is definitely that. Like this is definitely like this is not some normal shit. This is really fucking cool. And so yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud. Not that they need me to be saying that, but I'm proud. I'm proud of these fools. Ziggy Chen. It's like menswear looks, a lot of natural fabrics or like these kind of earthy tones. I know they do have some women's wear too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like some knit stuff. If you like kind of like that, earthy kind of foresty. There's like different styles like Mori K. There's people that kind of want to dress like hippie like, or they just really like natural fibers, or they like earthy tones, or just kind of drapey looks and silhouettes. There's gonna be something here for you. I especially like the Stan collar jacket is really beautiful. Just really really sick. So and throughout this video there's going to be like a mix of like smaller people and then kind of established brands, and there's going to be a whole mix because I feel like it's all part of the same conversation, and I feel like all that shit is valid. Like it's all a part of, I feel like I heard someone talk about recently, it was like some guy who talks about fashion on TikTok or something, and he mentioned that everyone's style is kind of like so hyper specific now, or hyper individualized, or however he put it. And I feel like it's like a mix of that, but also some people are like broke and they want to like really achieve something and like be able to have something that they feel like is themselves. And some people are like, that's the thing that made them want to sew or make clothes. And then some people are kind of extracting like imagery or like influence from like high-end fashion and like that kind of, I don't know, class of people or price range or whatever, and then trying to make that at home. And just everyone's trying to put some stuff together. Everyone's trying to put that shit on, to say it simply, whether you're rich or poor. And some people, they're not rich and they put that shit on way better than people who got, moolah, bread, all that shit. And so yeah, Ziggy Chen, I love the looks. It's really fucking cool. But there's more coming up, and I love all this shit for like different reasons. Like there's gonna be more. Ziggy Chen, yeah. Mantle, bro. Mantle, where is this out of? I think Mantle, Australia. These are beautiful clothes. Menswear, kind of smart city boy type of looks. Really cool construction. I like the buttons that they choose to use on everything. I think I remember seeing like their shirts and the buttons being really beautiful. Yeah, some gabardine shirts, some stuff made out of nylon. Really nice colors. Yeah, like these buttons are beautiful. And just super clean construction. And just like a really, really elegant look. Like it feels like they have like a really concise design language that maybe like that they play around with. They don't veer too much off of it. So if you want kind of like a brand that you want to invest in because you want to build like a uniform type of look, this is definitely one of those brands that you can look at that really puts love into what they're making. And the fabrication's always cool, or something interesting about it. Yeah, really clean looks. This is a beautiful, what is this, like a padded jacket. I love the color. Like it's so nice. So nice, so nice. Mantle. Next one, Happy 99. It's the East Coast boys making some fire stuff. I especially love the thread tech stuff. This I wish I copped, and I know there's been like restocks and restocks and restocks, but I remember like watching that stuff come out, and I was like, bro, why am I so broke right now? I've always paid attention to their stuff ever since they put out like this really crazy runway show that was like all 3D rendering. This is like a duo out of New York City, just making like really incredible stuff. Yeah, 2020. I remember I was watching this in like my high school digital media class, and my head was fucking like my head felt thick. Like I felt like I just had to be in awe of like what was happening in front of me. This was so cool. So hard. And I remember they were popping off because they were putting out like these crazy renders of like shoes that were just like super futuristic, and some of the imagery was like Space Channel 5 inspired, which I particularly like that game a lot, and I have a lot of love for like, you know, looking at the kind of design language that games of that era or like adjacent have, like, you know, Dreamcast, or like the Dreamcast games, Space Channel 5, or like Wipeout, those Designer Republic people. So it just kind of felt like right up my alley at that time, and it felt like they were definitely tapping into something that felt like nostalgic, but now that it's like, you know, something that they're also building onto, references to like Mark Echo, you know. So if you like getting up, whether it be like in real life or the game or anything adjacent to that, probably jungle music and electronic music, and you know, the essence of like you know, Chinatown, or like being in New York, like this just feels like that kind of brand that just embodies that with just love, and like wholeheartedly. It doesn't try to be something else from like another place. It feels authentic, which is really cool. Yeah, this is like the cool thermal and the 3D renders. Even just the website itself is just really nice. And the girl, like the girly looks with the knit, like these are super cute. And the pear green, like this is so cute. This is so sick. And the scarves too. Like I feel like this is, I don't assume this is like a under the radar pick, but like so cool. Just this colorway, it reminds me looking at like a calculator LCD screen or something. It's really cool. That those like liquid crystal displays, and the way like the light kind of reflects off them is really fucking sick. It's just so, it just gives me joy looking at it. And look at the footer on this page. Like this is so sick. And the beautiful earmuffs too, so cute. Yeah, if you want like some casual shit you could put on, if people are like, what the fuck, what the fuck is that, like what are you wearing, that's so cool. That like leaves an impression, but it's all got like personality and just like joy to it. The happy stuff is happy, to say the least. This is really sick. I love it. What's next? Oh yeah, Michaela Ray, East Coast legend. Not even in the making, but known in those circles, you know, to say the least. They got a beautiful portfolio that they've been working on, with just tons of looks, and all the photography is really beautiful. Just so sick. They've sewn up stuff for like big brands, for independent designers making really interesting stuff. I know they even collaborated with the Nothing New people and the Happy people on some interesting projects. That it's just so good. Like leather, any fabric. I feel like there's no bounds left for Michaela. Like she's just gonna end up pushing and pushing and pushing and doing what she wants. So I think it's just as important to like highlight people who sew, or people who work out of like an atelier or like a studio, or out of their home or whatever, wherever they are, because they lay down like their narrative that other people want to fucking prey on, and like take their ideas, whether it be like construction or like how something was made, or just like trying ideas out. I feel like this shit is like way more interesting because these guys want to take risks, and these guys like want to just try stuff out, whereas like you look at a bigger brand and like every year their stuff might look the same, or you know, maybe they put out like a new collection, but it doesn't feel like it's really developing. Whereas like if you're seeing the thoughts of like a single person, maybe either because they're working with someone else or like they're developing their own language or however it goes, you end up getting something that's like way more unique and just like it's worth seeing. Like it's worth just, even in this context, like just appreciating it on like a website and just like seeing everything that they've done. Oh yeah. Like, yeah, the Isotope bag. This is fucking sick. Like, I don't even wear bags like that, like, every now and then, but I'd be rocking this shit. That's hard. That's hard. Oh, yeah, the leather jacket, too. So, yeah. Love. Love, love, love. Molrich. I think this is out of Korea. They got some cool shirts. I wanted to feature it, because just the website is cool, and then the shirts are really interesting. This DJ Osamu shirt is fucking sick. Like this is beautiful. Made in the Dominican Republic, printed in Korea. The Molrich logo is really cool. Their website is really fucking crazy. When you pull up on it, everything's fucking spinning, and it's got like, there's just so much fun to it. And like, look at this, bro. I love it. This is sick. And it's got like this like 3-color GIF image. This is so sick. Really cool t-shirts. If you want kind of like an out there pick in terms of like a t-shirt that's not just like some direct to garment, like one day fucking garbo. I don't know. Then yeah, tap in the Molrich. This is sick. Okay. Punk and Yo, out of, honestly, globally. I think it started in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. But the guy behind this brand, Anthony, that fool will be traveling like across the whole fucking planet. He's a globe trotter. He's like pulling inspiration from like every single place on planet Earth. And if you like that kind of New York East Coast swag, just stuff that's just really cool, and you know, you grew up like wearing Supreme and loving that shit and stuff surrounding that, like you're gonna get it. Some notable pieces that I would want to talk about is probably like the stamp shirt. They do like a ton of like all over print or just like really big prints that are really cool, and the beanies are slept on too. Like these beanies, the striker pattern is fucking really sick. And dude, they even do like the ashtrays and the weird accessories, just like tons of swag. The OK Nice OK. This is like an artist that I discovered on like Instagram that was doing like these really beautiful pencil illustrations, and I guess they linked up and we're kind of building like this really big kind of logo print shirt with just like really fucking sick illustrations on it, really cool drawings. The star stamp is really cool, and yeah, they do like a lot of kind of bandana almost like esque prints that are just like fucking huge, or just like really intricate and just like really cool designs. And I wonder where, you know, they're kind of getting inspiration from, but it's probably so many different places, and that's kind of, it becomes like this like stew that's just like really, really fucking sick to see. And the belts too, like come on. Okay. Evan Kenori. Ooh, Evan Kenori, bro. I found out about Evan Kenori because I was trying to find clothes that had like hemp in them. Because I was trying to buy like hemp fabric, or trying to look at more like natural fibers and all that whole realm. And I think Evan's been making clothes since like probably forever, since he was probably like, you know, a kid or whatever. I don't know how old these are now, but the brand's been around for a while, and they've only been making like more and more just beautiful stuff. If you like the classic like menswear stuff, but just like, you know, cleaned up and simplified, but in like a really beautiful way. And if you want like a brand that's like very fabric first, very like material construction and fabric like first, all that stuff, Evan Kenori is like without a doubt my favorite. Just so beautiful, like the brushed wool, the hemp, like the hemp wool, like you can even sort this all by fabric. You don't even have to like care about, you know, whether it's like a top or bottom. You could select that on here. But like, let's say I just want something out of linen, you know, you could select linen. And look, wool, linen, hemp, gabardine. These like beautiful fabrics that are probably all coming from like, maybe some are coming from the US. I think a lot of them are coming from Japan, where they really care about nice fucking fabric. And just I love like just simple clothes that people were like, bro, that's just a regular shirt. But no, dude, like the fabric is the story for me. And I'm assuming it is the story for them, because just so much gets revealed when you have that shit in your hands and you wear it, and it just kind of creates like a personality, like when you wear leather or something. Like all that beauty gets revealed in the fabric. And when you have a brand that really thinks about that first, if you're ever like quality conscious or anything like that, and you don't mind putting down some bread on like something that you're probably gonna wear for a really long time, if you like these styles in particular, then go for it. Like I've been seeing some of this stuff. I think my first impression of it in person was at like a Dover Street Market in Los Angeles. And I was like, oh man, like this just feels so nice, like in my hands and everything. None of this stuff was fitting me because it was all like those small, you know, model sizes. It was like a medium or a large or something. But I'm a big guy. So me, I haven't bought into any of this because, you know, I wish they would put out some looks that are like a wide pant, but I don't know if they ever would. You know, I don't want to make them do something that they wouldn't want to do, and I don't feel like they have the need to like impress anybody or do anything. Like they just want to do what they want to do. But I might tap in with like maybe like a jacket after I lose some weight or something, or like, you know, one of the sweaters, something kind of drapey or chill like that, or even one of these sweatshirts. It was a collaboration with Lady White. Yeah, the Lady White company. They do a lot of stuff like all cotton and kind of smart, sleek menswear. You know, sophisticated looks. You know, smart looks. Like you look smart wearing that shit, and you look like you know what you're talking about, or like you look like you got some bread, like you go to Erewhon or something. But yeah, Evan Kenori, I love this shit. I want Evan Kenori sponsor, but that would never happen. So I want to just try to see how I can make Evan Kenori at home. I love the fabrics and the fibers, all that. Caudal Shop. This is out of Japan. This is like their American international website, USD prices. A lot of natural fibers, naturally dyed stuff, indigo, or just kind of classic silhouettes. Just really beautiful. Like really, 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 really beautiful. Yeah, botanical dye. Like, look at these colors, bro. If you're like, yeah, bro, fabric first. Like, if you want just some shit that's good and like crazy, then you'd probably be buying something like this. I just figured I'd mention. No one might look at this video and buy it, or no one who looks at this video might buy it, but I want to feature some of this crazy stuff because kind of in my journey of like seeking out crazy clothes, being like a fashion student, or like, you know, doing everything I'm doing, trying to learn, trying to see what other people are doing, you know, looking at garment descriptions and all this kind of stuff. Like, I really want to just extract from everything I love, like the essence and like the swag, and try to make it my own. This orchestra coat, like, bro, this is drip. Like, this is drip. Like, I don't even know. Like, you look like you look like an old librarian wearing this shit, bro. But it's so cool. Like, it's fucking beautiful. Like, look at it. Like, it looks like classic clothes, bro. Like, this is probably the first jacket ever made or something. Just fucking beautiful. Like a coat made out of cashmere. Like, would you really rather buy, I don't know, some kind of stuffy looking, I don't know, rich people clothes, like, instead of just, this shit looks like it's already been lived in and you just gotta hop in it and feel good. Like, this looks, I don't know. I'm hyped. It's the same kind of vibe I feel like when I look at some of the Ziggy Chen stuff and like Evan Kenori and like all those people that kind of appreciate like the natural world, or like, you know, dye a certain way or fabrics a certain way. So I have tons of love for it, without a doubt. Like, just beautiful, crazy price, but I want to feature nonetheless. Like, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, time to move on. Bye bye, Carl. Okay, Gabriella Cole. I wanted to put something in that is kind of modern and more like a designer vibe, but feels more designer, but not like loud designer. I don't know how to say it. I went to this store that's in LA called Departamento, and they're called Departamento, and they sell clothes. I think somewhere in LA, it's like behind a coffee shop, and like it's elusive, you know, but yeah, like tons of designer in there, and it's always cool to see the stuff in person and just to see how it's made. And you know, some of the people, at least when I was like visiting the store over there, like they could tell I'm a broke boy, but I just wanted to like try this shit on and like see it in person. And I found out about Gabriella Cole through Departamento and their kind of curation that they got going on over there. You know, because before that, I would know about DSM or Dover Street Market because of like Supreme and kind of all the stores there, or all the brands that are there, because they'll have, you know, like a mix. What I tried on, what I remember, it was like these, it wasn't even like pajama pants, but they were just kind of like these long trousers made out of Cupro, is Cupromonium. It's like kind of this like semi-synthetic fiber that's made with like I think it's like cotton waste or something. I'm trying to extract it from like my textile knowledge, but it's supposed to be like a replacement, or it's like supposed to be a replacement for silk or something like that. I don't know about like the fiber that deeply, but they felt like definitely the craziest pair of pants I've ever worn ever. And I remember like being in that little in the changing room. I was like, dude, these pants are crazy. Like, I could wear these forever. Like, I could probably be in these pants like on my deathbed. And I know they have like a lot of Cupro pieces, so I could imagine they are just in love with the fabric to a great extent. And just, yeah, like just really cool. Like no frills looks. Again, like probably, you know, pattern and fabric first, you know. So really sick Gabriella Cole. They got tons and tons of stuff. Just all really interesting, all really fucking cool, and just like just smart. This is really sick. Gabriella Cole. That trying that shit on in person was like, it was fire. It was really fire. Like I could tell I was like, this was some designer shit. 424 West Coast brand, might have started somewhere else. I'm not fully informed on it. Besides the fact that I know I went to like a sample sale. Like this was a while ago. This was like before they were making like, I guess, crazier pieces like how they are now, especially with like their shoes, and they've developed so many different styles now, with kind of like a mix of like stuff that's more affordable, at least for like the price range, and stuff that's kind of crazy and just really cool, like all the marathon shoes out of like different leather or like textiles is so cool. Like so many shoes are either made out of like, I mean, I guess shoes are made out of so many different materials, but people are used to seeing, you know, like those like synthetic leathers. People are used to seeing those like synthetic leather Nike shoes, or like the kind of cheap leather Nike shoes or whatever. But it's cool to see like this kind of this draped look with like a textile as like a shoe. Like it's so cool. I remember seeing Austin wear like it was like this marathon boot, but it was in like a green, or it was like a blue camo, and it was like all like scruffy, and like it was just like a little hit on like this cool fit that he was wearing, and it was just really sick. I remember watching a video that Luke from Luke's, he has like kind of like a designer kind of store where he sells designer or vintage. Luke's. If you don't know about Luke's, you gotta look that up. And he did like an interview with kind of 424. It was just like a little convo, asking him about, you know, the styles that he was putting out, and he described it as just like he wanted to kind of, you know, make a wardrobe where he can just like grab shit and kind of put it together, and now he's dressed, which I feel like for a lot of people is what they're trying to accomplish in terms of like clothing. They want to make kind of like a, maybe not like a uniform, not everyone's trying to make like a uniform look, but everyone's just trying to kind of build up like an identity to where it's like that's that, you know, like that's Rick Owens, or that's Raf Simons, or like that's Ass Pizza, or that's like, you know, Ralph Lauren, or, you know, that's like the Louis Vuitton look or whatever. And so now it's kind of gone to a point where, you know, you just want to see what they come up with next, because, you know, they're not changing what you love about clothes too much, and like kind of hyper extending. They're taking it little by little, but making sure that it's like done well, which is fucking cool. So yeah, 424. Next one is Camber. This is like out of left field pick because it's not like a brand. It's not like Gucci or something. These guys, they manufacture like sportswear, or like, yeah, activewear clothing in the US, which is really cool. I think some of the people that still do this is like Bayside, some of those other fools. Camber, they don't have like an online direct to consumer store, but they do sell to some stores like All USA Clothing, some uniform stores, Blacksmith store. They have a cool curation, but they do have some Camber stuff. There are videos about Camber, either sweatpants or hoodies and stuff, and it's plush. Like, it's plush, it's nice, the construction's nice, it's made in the US. Not very many brands now, you know, they either have blank tees or hoodies and stuff like that that's, you know, that are made in the US. So Camber is still, you know, they're still keeping it real, making stuff in the US, which is fucking sick. So yeah, a lot of love for Camber. It's always cool to just see stuff like still made domestically, and yeah, just to see it still exist, whereas many brands or companies have like moved to outsourcing work, to sometimes, you know, very bad working conditions. And I mean, you know, everything that could be associated with like you know, sleazy manufacturing or anything like that, you know, not thought out, not ethical, you know, not swag. It's not cool. 7115 by Sezeki. These were like kind of clean looks that reminded me of like some of the Uniqlo C stuff, or like La Mer, or just really kind of clean simplified looks that you might see on like yeah, like a La Mer or a Uniqlo or kind of other, looks like that. Uh, but just the fabric was always really cool. Like I like that they use like boiled wool for like the knits and stuff. I remember being especially infatuated with like this puffer that they made. It was called like a sumo puffer. Yeah, it's a sumo puffer, but it was made out of like a gauze, and that's when I was kind of like researching fabric a lot. Like I said earlier, and they had made like, it's not even on the website now, but it was pretty much this jacket but made with like a type of gauze material. And I remember thinking like gauze is usually used on like a dress or kind of these clothing items that don't really take up space, or they're not really big. So it was just really cool to see. Yeah, Sazeki, like really clean looks. Like if you kind of like the mantle stuff that I was showing you earlier, or just kind of just clean, like city chill. Like you're gonna go grab a cup of coffee, you're gonna chill in the winter time. You wanna just mind your business and like just look good and just like look clean. This is that to a T. A Memento, kind of in the same realm, pretty much. It's not a one for one, but this is just like another version. They kind of they season to taste. They put their own swag into it, but I kind of see it, all this stuff in the same conversation, like I'm saying, and this is all part of like the same pond. This is like everything in the cupboard, bro. And everyone gets their seasoning, and they season to taste. And that's the fit. And you put it together how you want. But yeah, I just figured I'd shout out. There's a couple more people. This video is fucking stacked, but I wanted to make it like good. And my energy is like fluctuating, as you can tell, but I want to show love. So yeah, really cool. And just like, this is so cute. This is so cool. Like, it's such a cute knit. The boucle, and it's like such a nice, like, it's like a dreamy blue kind of. It looks like moss or like dew. It's so cool. Let's see, Archie, that made in New York. Made in New York. I remember Archie, and they made an impression on me because of this coat with like the most beautiful collar. It's like rounded and it's like perfect. Like it looks like you would see it in just like a old comic book or something. Like the garments, just the way that the photos are taken, at least, and the way that they're laid out, just really beautiful. Really, really sick. The collars are really beautiful. Those like, there's like a meme or there's like a joke where it's like, bro looks easy to draw. Like these look like I took the sketch of like a garment and that's it, but it's real. But I mean that in like the best way. This is so beautiful. Like it's just like, it's simple clothes like this that are made with love. That's the shit you want. Like for real. Oh my god. I think my dog's outside. I gotta help him. Oh, next one is Steel Toe Tim Steele. Bro, like some of these pieces are crazy. It's super DIY. Like nods to like Americana and like vintage and like the Midwest. I think they're from the Midwest, but you definitely get that vibe at the very least, like looking at all this stuff. It seems like super like, from the garage, just like a ton of heart and like sewing in it. And just, I mean, it speaks for itself, honestly. But I particularly like the piece that's made out of all the labels and all the tags. And then, yeah, this one, the tag work jacket, like this is so sick with the old Levi's jeans tag, the Russell Athletic. It's so sick. these like the junk jeans, super recycled, super like DIY, just like homegrown, like the swag revealing itself from just putting it together and like making it work and just going for it. Like it's really cool. And now the pleat hoodie, like with the junk, like it's so cool. It's so sick. And it's just raw. Like it's just like you're looking at it and it is what it is. Like it's so cool. Yeah. More and more stuff to come. Yeah, I'm so proud. So sick. This is Ezra Ketter Smith. This guy has been going off like dumb crazy. Doing a series called Piece a Week, or Paw Piece a Week, and making a piece every week for 40 weeks straight. I think by now it's just been like, wow. Like, and looking at all of it now, even from this point, 40 weeks in, which that's still a long time. Like that's not like, you know, it's a long time. It's cool to see now, like where the identity has like kind of been, you know, showing itself and like bearing itself, either like in the details, wanting to kind of like reinterpret things in a different way, either, you know, by using different trim or fabric with like the crochet shorts, or just kind of seeing styles in different fabric. Like just even that alone just changes it completely. The different trousers, the wrap trousers, and there's like something about all the clothes. I don't know if it's that like it's mostly like pastel or undyed or kind of these like calm colors, but something about the clothes is just like really peaceful. I think it's like a combination of the fabrics used and then the silhouettes seeming very like easy on the eyes, but also like well, we'll save that for later. Being easy on the eyes, like being undyed, or, you know, just there's just something really calm about the looks. I think what made an impression on me was the camp shorts and the sensu bag. Like these two were just like, wow. Like it was just it had so much charm. And this bag is so cool, just like the way it falls and the way it was like worn and stuff. And then this one too, this like 7/8 thermal, but the buttons are like on the side, and there's room for the pocket. Like it's just so cool. And the materials too, everything just seems like so calm and like nice and like soft and like just chill. Like it's there's like a tranquility to like all the clothes, and like especially seeing them together. That's really like where the design language is, and it's like where the swag is. Like it just, everything seems super calm. Like you can kind of just live in it, and like you should be sitting on like grass or something, like, you know, drinking drinking milk, or like, or, you know, like eating an orange or something, just being on like a farm. Like I get that kind of vibe, just like really calm countryside. There's like a sense of peace to it. Yeah, really nice. I love all the Piece of Week stuff, and plenty more stuff to look at by Ezra Ketter Smith. But yeah, I'll leave it to that. Maxwell Bressler, and someone who's been making like nutty pieces with like ruching, or just like crazy, yeah, like this crazy fucking backpack, just like super out there. I feel like rock style, like kind of like rock star style inspired. You know, some stuff seems like super kind of grungy or like in your face, or just like loud, but it's in a really cool way. I think my favorites, like, I feel like this hoodie is super nice. That's probably why it's sold out. This hoodie's super nice, like the fit. It feels like just like super fitting for like what's kind of in style right now. The skull top is like really sick. The beanie and this bag was like dumb. Like this bag was stupid. Like this is so, I don't even know how much work this fucking took to make, but just looking at it now, it's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah. Maxwell is making some crazy shit. And this hat too, like just even the silhouette by itself is already interesting. But yeah, even with the leather detailing, like it's just it's the candle on the fucking cake. Like, yeah, this is so sick. And I can't wait to see what comes next for all these independent designers. Next up, Ben Brill. I think studied or is studying at Parsons. Some recent photos have been really cool. Like a mix of like, bro, stop. Okay, this is crazy. Ben Brill. I'm gonna go on the website instead. There's a whole website, draped stuff, or like kind of drapey stuff. Just like just cool stuff, like the mending, the hood, and like the hood shapes, and like the kind of robe. Like you look like this guy looks like a traveler. Oh, it's just so cool. This is sick. It's like a nomad. Like these are like nomad looks. I just see this shit only going up, and like only getting more and more wild. So just a mix of all different kinds of styles, and like kind of testing and experimenting and just making new stuff. I feel like nowadays, like people just want stuff that either has like really cool details or is kind of just like a mix of like their favorite things, to say the least. But yeah, big portfolio, and there's plenty more on their Instagram, which I'm gonna try to feature everything in the description. But there's also gonna be like an arena page, where I have everything. Everything will be in the description. So, bro, Brawler's World. I met this fool in person. It was like an art show. This guy has been doing like so much 3D stuff, t-shirts here and there, which is why I want to like feature. But they're a wizard when it comes to the 3D stuff. All their stuff is like super cool. Even the website that they probably built by hand, it's like a crazy like NeoCities, GeoCities style, where like, you know, it's like these GIFs that are animated when you hover over them, and this characters that they make and that they feature in like different animations. And the whole website is just crazy. They have like playlists and music, you know, that inspires the characters, or that inspired the characters' downloads. Like this is, I don't want to show too much of the website because it should be fun and like your own exploration. It should be like something you do on your own. But yeah, I wanted to feature some of the stuff that they've been making. They've made like so many different shirts, or like posters that were just like super cool. And yeah, not like a super big fashion person. They're not like sewing, you know, but I figured I want to show love just because like their art has like made like an impact on me, and just seeing them like kind of make the shirts and the animations, and like even like the games, like they were making games, seeing someone just do all that stuff and just go for it, and like it makes it like legit to you, like, oh, I could just do that, and like I could just go for it, and it'll take a long time, and I'll have to learn and put a lot of work in. Not to be like this shit is easy, because it's definitely not. But yeah, you can just go for it and end up making like just really cool stuff. I love the style. It's cool. I want to like feature even just like t-shirts and like, you know, other artists too. I want that to be like a whole other video as well. Cause fashion is not like my only thing. Like I also love all this other stuff. But yeah, Brawler's World, like, so sick. Such a crazy mind with like all the ideas that they have. Really sick. Whole wealth of stuff. If you check out their Instagram, Brawler. Crazy. Let's see next. Bro, if you're a vintage head, the real McCoys is like, this shit is like crack. Like this is crack. Like this is nuts. So the idea is like this is like a Japanese brand, but they pretty much like dedicate to trying to recreate like old vintage like American garments to the letter, like as authentic as they could possibly be about it, and if not making them better somehow. I think down to like the pattern too. I imagine that they have like a whole team that is really particular about like the way the pattern's made. I don't know if it's super exact, but they definitely like feature a lot of history to the point where like I'm assuming they're really just trying to recreate these clothes, these really old clothes, as like authentically as they can, and if not, just like still make something that's like a beautiful like homage. And this is probably like one of my favorite pieces that I've seen recently, the welder jacket. Just like this texture on the leather and the color is like beautiful. It's chef's kiss, honestly. Tons of stuff, really amazing photos. If you want examples of like really good details and really amazing construction, and you want to be able to like see really quality photos of all that kind of stuff, you gotta tap in. You gotta tap in with the real McCoys and look at all the stuff that they've been releasing and all the stuff that they'll kind of put out in the future. Same thing goes with the Buzz Ricksons. I think it's kind of in the similar camp of like some of the stuff is like either like homage or recreations, or kind of developing like like these like vintage menswear looks in a time where like either like certain techniques or like machines have like stopped being used, so like kind of going back and following tradition and like making sure to kind of pay tribute and to do it right, whether that's like how something was woven or knit, or using the right materials and not no fake shit, not no funny shit. So, oh my god, I don't know how to say this name. Buesu. Buesu. I'm assuming. I found this shop randomly when I was like looking for all these Japanese brands and stuff. Bro, if you like indigo and you like denim and you like stuff that's blue and you want to buy like clothes from Japan that's like well made, like this is I can't see how this is not up your alley. Like if you're that kind of guy that wears like those like French short coats and or you like the color blue in all different kinds of shades, and you like stuff to be natural, yeah, this is right up your alley. Like really pretty stuff, and tons of basics, but it's cool to see like indigo in its like natural form and not just like like a super intense like fake looking color of blue or whatever that washes like really bad or was done really cheap. And not everyone's able to like afford that expensive process that's probably involved in like dyeing stuff indigo and all that, but it's cool to see nonetheless. Dublé, another brand out of Japan, probably one of the bigger brands in like this whole video that I want to feature. Runway stuff that is just like really fun. I feel like it's easy now to see kind of like people come out with like clothes and stuff that are like bigger brands and everything kind of looks the same, but I feel like every collection of theirs, like there's always something unserious about it, but like they're trying to have fun, and I don't know, it elicits some type of emotion. You're either gonna like love it or hate it. So I feel like going for it and making stuff like that is cool. Like I honestly respect it. And bro, like just I think I watched this runway show like a couple times, like 3 times or 2 times, something like that. And even other pieces that aren't like, some of the extravagant stuff that They probably made partly to like make something fun, but also maybe to like gain traction or whatever. They also have other pieces that are just like cool. Like I remember seeing this one piece at Dover Street Market where it was like a denim jean, but like all the attributes of it were like super exaggerated, and like made bigger. And then they apparently like had to weave it at this like factory in Japan, and they had to like change the machine, and like it was like process like fabricating something in like a really specific way to get like a crazy effect. Like that is like art to me. Whether that's like you're doing it by hand, like hand weaving, or you're doing it with like a machine and you're trying to do something, pushing the limits, making something interesting, like kind of taking the extra step. I feel like that's what designer clothes like should be about. Like there should be stuff that's like serious or whatever, quote unquote, that is like wearable or like professional looking or whatever. But people forget like this shit should be fun. Like you're putting all this work into making clothes, into making like fashion. Like this shit should be fun. It should be something that could like make you happy, like create joy, elicit like a feeling. So yeah, this is just like one of the collections that kind of left it like an impression on me. I think the same way like some of the undercover stuff did. Not to say that they're super similar or anything, but yeah, kind of elicited something from me. Like it just kind of it got something out of me that just made me like want to look into all the stuff that they make. And I mean, bro, like it's fun, bro. It's fun. But yeah, it's crazy. Next one, Hybrid. I think there's a brand out of Canada, I want to say. I could be totally wrong. Oh yeah, Toronto. I wasn't even reading that shit. Out of Toronto. Bro, I have no clue how they make so many clothes. Like some of this is definitely like stuff that they've been doing in like the archive or whatever, but the prices for it and the recent sale that they've had, and like the fact that they're like really making all these pieces, and the patterns and so many different styles, and some of them are just like really crazy. I'm like, how are you guys doing all this shit? Like, I don't know how big of a brand or a team is behind this, but there's a lot of stuff. Some of it feels kind of Raf Simons inspired. Like just so cool. I think some of my favorite pieces is probably like this phone number hoodie. As like a really cool print. And then this hoodie was also really interesting to me, like the Passport one. The Resident Evil 2 shirt is really cool, but this one in particular, like all the web stuff was just like really crazy. It looked like 3D printed, or just however they made this, however which way they made this fabric. Definitely a runway piece for sure. Lad Musician is another brand out of Japan that I've seen like comparisons drawn to like Undercover. And when I was like first getting into fashion, like I really liked Undercover a lot. I remember like one of the collections that made an impression on me was like, obviously like the Scab stuff, but also like the 2001 Space Odyssey and like all those like tributes to like film and stuff like that. Because I was really big into like, graphics and like t-shirts and just as much as he probably is. Because there's so many graphics in the clothing or like nods to kind of pop culture. But I guess I would imagine like the comparisons would be sort of just like I guess in the way that they use print too, in the way that like there's like a lot of like muted colors. And yeah, I could definitely see like where some of the comparisons would be, but I feel like they're enough of their own thing to where they've created like an identity with like the way that they use like silhouettes or fabric. And I feel like it's pretty different to the stuff that like Undercover makes. I feel like a lot of Undercover stuff is like usually more fitted, unless I'm wrong. I haven't seen too many of their recent stuff. I think I did see like some of the Twin Peaks collection at like Dover Street Market. I think it was like a blazer and some other stuff. But yeah, the shaggy parka, this is really cool. I love it. And yeah, these other pieces, like the bottoms are really clean. This is really cool, and the photos are perfect. Like these are great photos. You get to see it on body. I mean, you wish you could see it on like other models and stuff, but yeah, really cool. Professor E, if you like kind of like clothes that like take notes from like really vintage clothing, maybe like 18th century or just like super vintage clothing, like not, modern times and all that. Really, really, really cool stuff. And just like the fabric choice is always interesting. And like the colors, it's a lot of black, but they've had pieces in all different kinds of colors. And like fabrication, I remember like one of the pieces had like a super unique fabric. It was like a really like crazy blend. But yeah, like tons of like some of the looks feel like an homage, and then some of them feel like kind of almost like costume like versions or like exaggerations, or like almost like fantasy like when you really look at them. So I feel like there's something here for everybody if you like the grungy or like kind of black stuff. The two-way cardigan, seeing like a nice cardigan is always really cool. I love it. It's sick. And it has a pocket too. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so sick. Let's see. Next one, Snow Peak. If you like the camping, Arc'teryx, all that stuff, North Face, the whole camping gear. You want to feel like an adventurer and stuff, but you want kind of different styles with that that design language that has kind of been emerging from Japan for like a very long time. Not emerging, but I should say prominent. Either like in details or just kind of like streamlined silhouettes and like construction. Snow Peak is like really, really sick if you want something that is just like super clean for like the camping stuff, or like even just to be warm, like with the fleece hoodie and stuff. Really cool if you like kind of tech or utilitarian kind of fashion or anything adjacent to that. Tons of pieces, and they even do like some other stuff. But plenty of stuff that you can explore. Snow Peak has tons of stuff, even just aside from what is on here. But this jacket like is really cool. I love the orange. The safety orange stuff is always really cool. And these like fleece bottoms, these are sick. You're probably gonna be really warm as fuck in those, honestly. They might look a little funny, but you're probably gonna be like super warm wearing that in like your tent. This guy looks chill. So Studio Nicholson, bro, crazy bottoms, like more clean looks. I love like the way the knee, what is like I think it has like knee darts. Yeah, it has like a wide fit. Yeah, articulated knee stitching. It has that detail, but you can cinch it, and you have the option of like having it wide or kind of slim and fitted. The fatigue, like reinterpreting the fatigue is really cool. I feel like a fatigue is like such a classic pant silhouette that like it's hard to mess it up. Maybe it might not be like in your favorite color or whatever, but at least the classic fatigues are like really sick. And just like these wool pants, like just so elegant. If you like La Mer, if you like Mantle, if you like the Evan Kenory stuff, if you like all that, this is gonna be right up your alley too in terms of like the menswear stuff. I think they do have women's wear as well. Yeah, they do have women's wear, like tons of stuff. It looks like, look at that coat. Yeah, like stuff you want to buy and you want to wear for like a long time because it's just really nice. Really sick. And the knit sweaters with the long cuff. That's cool. That's so sick. The scarves. Everyone looks so sleek and like professional in the Studio Nicholson clothes. They look like they have it all figured out. Brent's Warehouse. Bro, the Brent's Warehouse. This shit's been blowing up because these fools used to work with like Supreme back in the day. And they've been dropping like some story posts and some reels talking about like old stuff that they've manufactured. So they're like a manufacturer, I think, in like the United States, somewhere in the United States. And I think their inventory is, I mean, it's a bit of a store, but like, but they've also made stuff that's like their own brand. So I do want to feature it, just because it's kind of something new that I've seen, in terms of like, you know, finding out about all these brands. But some of the styles are just like super classic. And if you want like just like a regular, like a blank sweatshirt or like, you know, like a top or, you know, just like a hoodie or something like that, just like super classic. Like these are like your beater clothes that like you just love, like you just put love into it and you're gonna wear for like a super long time. Some of the pieces are like military stuff that I feel like, you know, they've acquired. So just like a whole mix of stuff, honestly. But the stuff that they were producing too, like, you know, they'll feature them on their Instagram, and there's plenty of stuff. Okay, I think this is our last one. To kind of cap it off, we got James Coward. I think I'm pronouncing that right, James Coward. Bro, just like super clean, super nice looks. I know they have like more stuff that they've released that's like on their Instagram and stuff. But I just kind of, I wanted to bring it back to, you know, classic things done well is, everyone deserves that. Like everyone deserves peace like this. Everyone deserves pieces like this. And you see it a lot in menswear, and you definitely see it in other brands too for women. Like Stella McCartney's is doing a lot. I know every time Rick Owens makes pieces, the fabrics that they use are like, you know, usually pretty natural, and they have like certifications and stuff. But yeah, if you like the polished menswear looks, this is a beautiful shirt. This kind of cotton corduroy. I'm not like a huge corduroy guy, but this color is like really amazing. And this collaboration with Trickers. This is like an OG brand from England of like dress shoes and stuff. These are shoes that if you ever see them on like eBay or anywhere else, these are like worth their money, and people can come up on them like crazy, depending on if you find one in your size that you like the style of. Like it could be a serious come up, honestly. And yeah, just like well-made stuff. It's just sewn really nice. The quality is gonna be good. The fabric's gonna be just super nice, and it's really good when like they emphasize on like their details and like their construction, because it shows you what they really care about. And yeah, they even have like some photographs or like music recommendations and stuff. But yeah, really sick of like looks, and you just kind of get like an identity of like the brand, you know. It's cool. So yeah, for like the adventure, I'd say the James stuff is like the traveler, the globetrotter guy that you know, wants to come back having been, you know, worn the same shirt, but he's different now because he's like seen the world, and he's like, those clothes have been there with him the whole time, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. This one's been super long, but I think the long form content is fucking cool. I love it. I appreciate it. I feel like there's something in there for everyone. Even if you skim through the video, there's something for everybody. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.